Mortgage Rate Weekly Market Update for the week of January 14th, 2018. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Prime Residential Mortgage. Here to give you your update. Well, last week, mortgage rates did move slightly higher. Take a look at the bond chart on the screen. You can see mortgage bonds have been rallying higher and then hit the peak in the last year at the green candle there on the previous Thursday on January 3rd. But at that point, the bond market did pull back, and then it did sell off all last week as the stock market rallied. But if you notice, we were able to hold the floor of support at 101.856. It held all last week, and then on Friday you can see we rallied with a green candle. So that's a good sign for mortgage bonds to end the week. Support holding, green candle rallying. So we're going to recommend carefully floating your mortgage rate to start the week to see if mortgage bonds can build on that rally off the floor of support, move higher, and move interest rates slightly lower. So go ahead and float and see what happens. Now, if we dig into the economic news, it was a light week last week. We had the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, for December 2018. It actually decreased by 0.1%, so it moved down from 2.2 to 1.9%. Now remember, the CPI measures inflation at the consumer level. So we saw a decrease there, and the big decrease is because of the decrease in oil prices, and we saw gasoline prices were down about 7.5% in December. So that moved inflation lower. The bond market liked that last week, and that's what helped it hold the floor of support and then rally higher on Friday. Then we saw on Thursday, the week initial jobless claims came out, and surprisingly, the jobless claims dropped 17,000 down to 216,000 claims for the week. So the report tracks the number of people getting laid off. So this was a stronger than expected report. Expectations were for 224,000 initial claims. So the holidays and the government shutdown could be affecting these numbers. So we'll have to see what happens in the next couple of weeks to see what evens out after that. And then we can see our week initial jobless claims going down, going up, and that'll give us a good indicator on what's happening with the economy. So we'll have to see how this trends. Now, if we dig into the housing news, CoreLogic released their loan performance insights for October 2018. Good news there. It showed home loans 30 days or more past due decreased from 4.4 down to 4.1%. And if you compare it on the chart to last year, October 2017 was actually 5.1%. So great news there. Now, if we look at seriously delinquent loans, which is defined as 90 days or more, it remains stable at 1.5%. So on the chart, you would take the 90 to 119, which is 0.3%, with the 120 plus at 1.2. Add those two together, that's how we get 1.5% for 90 days more past due. And then seriously delinquent homes in foreclosure remain stable at 0.5%. And then compared to last year, it was actually down 0.1 from 0.6%. So mortgage delinquencies are remarkably low. Very good news for mortgage banks and mortgage lenders. Also great news for the housing market. Then we saw in the local news, the Delaware General Assembly, there was a bill introduced, Title 30, to amend Title 30 of the Delaware Code relating to decreasing the realty transfer tax by 1%. So House Bill 32 is introduced into the House Revenue and Finance Committee. The act decreases by 1% the rate of realty transfer tax received by the state of Delaware. So this would return it back to the applicable rate prior to August 1st. So that means basically they've got a bill to drop the transfer tax in Delaware from 4% back to 3% by where it was by removing that 1% increase that passed in August 1st of 2017. Now, the bill's in committee. You'd have to make it out of committee and then to the floor for voting, but that's good news. That would reduce closing costs in Delaware by 1% just by reducing the transfer tax. So that's great news there. Now, in other local news, we got a first-time homebuyer seminar coming up Wednesday the 23rd in Wilmington, Delaware from 6 to 8 p.m. at Independence Mall at the eXp Realty Office, Suite 88. We're back in Newark on Saturday, February 16th at the Christiana Hilton Hotel from 10 a.m. to noon. You can register for either one of those events or give us a call in the office at 302-703-0727 or online, www.delawarehomebuyerseminars.com. And then in Maryland, we're back in Maryland in Edgewood, Maryland on Saturday, January 19th. That is, Edgemoor, that is from 10 a.m. to noon. You can register for that event. Give us a call, 410-412-3319, or online, www.marylandhomebuyerseminars.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.